Have you ever pondered what lies beyond our physical world? What there are higher dimensions we can access through spiritual awakening? Our journey begins with a single step towards understanding our own spiritual awakening. Welcome to the enigmatic world of spirituality, a realm that transcends the boundaries of our physical senses. It's a sphere of existence that often remains unexplored, yet holds the potential to transform our lives in unimaginable ways. Imagine a reality beyond what we perceive with our five senses, a reality teeming with profound, boundless love and divine guidance. This is the realm of higher dimensions, a concept that challenges our conventional understanding of the universe and our place in it. Now consider spiritual awakening, a transformative process that allows us to tap into these higher dimensions. It's not about abandoning our physical existence, but rather enriching it by embracing a grander perspective of life and existence. As we delve into this fascinating journey, remember, our journey begins with a single step towards understanding our own spiritual awakening. Imagine a man named John. John, similar to many of us, led an ordinary life until a day came when he chanced upon a significant book about spirituality. This was John, a man of routine and practicality, a man who found solace in the known, the predictable, the tangible. Spirituality was a foreign land for him, a concept he'd always disregarded as overly vague and uncertain. However, there was something about this book that had a magnetic pull he couldn't resist. As he flipped through the pages, doubt slowly turned to curiosity. The thought of a superior consciousness, a deeper bond with the universe, began to pique his interest. He felt himself being drawn towards the idea of meditation, a practice of silencing the mind to reach a state of absolute awareness, a state he never thought was attainable. Beginning on this path of self-exploration, John faced numerous obstacles. There were moments of irritation, moments where he questioned the legitimacy of his experiences, moments where the charm of his old, comfortable life beckoned. But there were triumphs, too. The first time he genuinely felt a change in his consciousness, a sense of peace he couldn't articulate, it was an eye-opener. John started to notice changes in his daily life. He found himself more patient, more empathetic, more receptive to the world around him. He started to comprehend that spirituality wasn't a final stop, but a voyage, a perpetual process of learning and growing. The journey wasn't devoid of its challenges. There were instances when John felt astray, times when he questioned his path, but he pressed on, motivated by a profound belief that life had more to offer than what he was used to. As he plunged deeper into spirituality, John unearthed a sense of purpose, a sense of connection that went beyond the physical world. He realized he was not a mere bystander, but an active player in the universe, a part of something much larger and more meaningful than he could ever fathom. Now, imagine John, a man of routine and practicality, a man who found comfort in the familiar, the predictable, the tangible. John's journey was not easy, but the rewards were beyond what he could have ever imagined. As John delved deeper into his spiritual journey, he began to perceive what we refer to as higher dimensions. Imagine, if you will, a world beyond the familiar three dimensions of length, width, and height. This is where our story takes us. John began to see life through a kaleidoscope of new perspectives. He was no longer bound by the constraints of the physical world. His experiences in these higher dimensions were akin to viewing a painting from all angles simultaneously, or hearing a symphony and discerning each individual note while still appreciating the whole. In these dimensions, time and space intertwined, and he could glimpse the interconnectedness of all things. He saw the ripples of his actions spreading outwards, touching lives he'd never known. This was not a higher plane of existence, but rather a higher state of consciousness. Voiceover. As John delved deeper into his spiritual journey, he began to perceive what we refer to as higher dimensions. John realized that higher dimensions were not a different world, but a different way of perceiving our own world. This profound understanding transformed his life, and it could transform yours too. Remember, we're all part of this cosmic symphony, and the music is waiting for us to join in. John's life changed drastically, but how did he achieve this spiritual awakening? This question takes us to the focal point of our discussion, the path to spiritual awakening itself. Journey, far from being an abrupt leap, was a consistent ascent. It started with a simple yet profound endeavor: meditation. Meditation, contrary to general belief, is less about silencing the mind and more about mastering it. Through regular practice, John succeeded in calming his thoughts, watching them without judgment, and fostering an inner peace that allowed his spirit to. Then, John delved into the process of self-discovery. He initiated this by asking himself some challenging questions. Who am I fundamentally? What do I stand for? What is my mission? These questions pushed him to peel back the layers of his persona, casting aside social constraints and personal insecurities to disclose his genuine, authentic self. However, self-exploration was only half the battle. John also sought divine guidance. He started to nurture a connection with the divine, however he opted to define it. He would search for answers in the serene moments of meditation, in the splendor of nature, in the sagacity of ancient scripts. Gradually, he started to discern a guidance that was beyond his own creation, a wisdom that exceeded his singular mind. Now, while this path may seem straightforward, it is anything but simple. It demands patience and perseverance. There will be instances of doubt and bewilderment, of resistance and fear. But John discovered that these are not hindrances on the path, they are the path. Each challenge is an opportunity for evolution, each setback a platform for profound understanding. Thus, John persisted. He dedicated himself to the practice of meditation, to the examination of the self, to the quest for divine guidance. Little by little, he began to observe a switch. His perceptions intensified, his empathy broadened, his sense of mission became distinct. He was experiencing a new way of life, a way that was more harmonized with his real self and with the superior dimensions of being. John's journey is a testament to the transformative power of spiritual awakening. His path, although unique in its specifics, provides a guide for those who wish to awaken their own spirit and connect with the superior dimensions of existence. John had awakened spiritually and accessed higher dimensions, but how did he maintain this newfound perspective? This question brings us to the crux of our discussion, embracing and maintaining the shift. John had awakened spiritually and accessed higher dimensions, but how did he maintain this newfound perspective? John's story is not just about spiritual awakening, but about embracing a new way of life. You see, the journey to spiritual awakening is not a one-time event. It's a continuous process, a journey that requires dedication and commitment. For John, the first step was integrating his spiritual practices into his daily life. He started with small steps, like setting aside a few minutes each day for meditation or reading spiritual texts. He also embraced mindfulness, learning to stay present and fully engaged in the here and now. But, as with any journey, there were challenges. There were days when he felt disconnected, when the mundane realities of life seemed to eclipse his spiritual pursuits. But John understood that these moments were not setbacks, but part of the journey. He to remain patient, to treat these moments as opportunities for growth and deeper understanding. Consistency, he found, was key. It was not about grand gestures or dramatic revelations, but about the small, consistent steps he took each day. It was about maintaining the shift, holding on to that higher perspective even in the face of life's ups and downs. And the result? A life that was not just more fulfilling, but more in tune with his true purpose. He found that his actions were not just reactions to external circumstances, but driven by a deeper, more profound understanding of his place in the universe. His relationships improved, his work took on new meaning, and he found a sense of peace and contentment that he had never known before. In the end, John's story is not just about a spiritual awakening. It's about embracing a new way of life, about finding a deeper purpose and living in alignment with it. It's about understanding that the journey is not a destination, but a continuous, ever-evolving. John's story is not just about spiritual awakening, but about embracing a new way of life. John's journey is far from over, as is the journey of every spiritual seeker. The path we've ventured down together, from the Enigma of Spirituality to the awakening journey, through understanding higher dimensions and onto embracing and maintaining the shift, it's all been a journey of self-discovery and growth. Each phase of this journey is towards spiritual awakening, a process that unfolds in its own time and space. It's a dance between the tangible and intangible, the seen and the unseen, the known and the unknown. As we dive deeper into the realms of spirituality and higher dimensions, We unravel a multitude of layers within ourselves, revealing our true purpose in life. This journey, however, is not a destination but a continuous process. It's a lifelong commitment to learning, evolving and growing. Now the voiceover. John's journey is far from over, as is the journey of every spiritual seeker. As John continues his journey, he reminds us that the path to spiritual awakening is open to anyone willing to take the first step.